So Secretary of State Antony Blinken back in the Middle East today, meeting with foreign ministers from Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Jordan as well. A possible ceasefire, once again, is the topic of the day. Meantime, there's a new report out that says famine in Gaza is, quote, imminent unless there is an immediate ceasefire put in place. Let's talk about this with Bob Kitchen, who's the Emergencies and Humanitarian Action Vice President at the International Rescue Committee. What does imminent mean? I think we have a number that projects over 1 million people facing famine. What are we talking about here in terms of imminent?
I mean, this is a scientific measurement system that is used around the world, the integrated phase classification system. And it looks at the amount of food that's available for a normal family to eat. It looks at the numbers of children who are experiencing malnutrition, and it looks at the excess deaths, so deaths above the norm. And what we're seeing in Gaza, especially in the north of Gaza, is that we're already on the brink of the thresholds that have been established around the world that suggest that famine is in place. So we're already seeing people dying from hunger and the associated illnesses that come along with it.
So it's already there. I'll put a statement up from the IRC team leader to kind of set this up for a question about maybe what can be done or what's changing. A famine declaration, it reads, in Gaza is shocking and unprecedented. Children are starving due to the entirely man-made and preventable crisis. No excuse. A ceasefire must be implemented immediately, and Israel must end its arbitrary denial of food, water, fuel, and essential medicines. Israel argues that they're trying to get aid in. You're going to tell me it's not even close to enough. So if there's no ceasefire, then what? Doesn't look like we're on the precipice of one, but of course we could be wrong.
Well, we may not be on a precipice of a ceasefire, but we're definitely on the precipice of huge loss of life that's not related to the actual conflict. People have died in huge numbers because of the fighting, because of the bombing that they've seen over the last 5-6 months. But now we're on the precipice of loss of life as a result of dehydration and hunger. That's terrible. What needs to happen is a ceasefire. I hope we are on the precipice of one.
You know, in fairness, I don't know if you saw, I guess the U.S. did go to the UN and, suggest or put something forward on a ceasefire. So maybe that puts pressure. We haven't seen that in the past. We hadn't seen that as much. So maybe that puts some pressure. Or
yeah, I mean, we've seen that is a change from what we've seen before, where we've seen the U.S. stop Security Council resolutions about the ceasefire. So the fact that they're actually putting it on the table this time to demand a ceasefire from Israel is a change, and it's a good change. I hope it passes, and I hope the world applies the right type of pressure, which is overwhelming, on Israel to stop the fighting. But as your earlier question, it's not just stopping the fighting that needs to change. The land borders need to open so we quadruple huge influx of aid, of food, of clean water, of medicines, of everything that people have been cut off from for the last 6 months.
Yeah, because these airdrops can only do so much, and that port is going to take weeks to set up. So that's why those borders are more important. Boy, we'll obviously keep talking and following this. Bob, thank you for coming on today. Bob Kitchen on.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.